Where do I go today in collecting? Copper, silver, copper nickel, gold, platinum, palladium, lots of choices. But one of the hottest segments of the market today is paper. Our early issue U.S. paper. The biggest category, silver certificates. And tonight we have a 1 year only issue, not going to last long. The end of that funny back era. Here we go. So the very first ever small size note made by the U.S. Treasury, the size of the note we carry in our pockets today, that size hasn't changed, was 1928. And the very first $1 note they made was a $1 George Washington, very similar to what you're seeing in front of you right now. The 1 in blue wasn't there, and the big seal over the word 1 wasn't there. But the reverse of the note is the same. And they call it the funny back. And it was changed in 1935. So this look and feel of George Washington on a silver certificate lasted 1 year. And again, currency is dated by primarily its design, when the design was introduced. So sometimes, like a 1935 note, which came after this, you'll have 7 or 8 different signature combinations of the people that were in office, which kind of date the note, you know, when it was struck by the people that signed it. This note was made for only 1 year, which means the signatures are very simple, one pair. Now, look at the bottom there. What paper money looks like that? Well, if you're a Monopoly player, and I know I was when I was younger, and I still get suckered into it with my kids every once in a while, and that's just another story. Maybe I need therapy for that one. But going back to the note at hand, it looks just like the funny money, right, of Monopoly. So here is the unique storyline, and it's one of those crazy things you want to shake your head at. So in 1928, the first version of this, which looks different. Again, the seal and the 1 were different in blue. So this note is obviously different, the 34. We petitioned to have it changed because the bottom looks like funny money. It's our first small-size silver certificate, and it reminds us of playing Monopoly. So they fixed that in 35. So when they came out with the 34 series, everybody's thinking, okay, they fixed it. But they didn't. The back is identical. If you turn the back over on this note and you get a 28 and a 34, you can't tell them apart. The obverse is visually different. And it obviously says series of 1928 or series of 1934. So this 1 year only series comes out. 1935, a whole different look, whole different feel, and the reverse is finally changed. Right? And that change is what we still see today on the back of our $1 notes. There are 3 distinct reverses on $1 silver certificates. The 1928-34 funny back, the 1935, and then the only big difference between 35 and 57, the last ever silver certificate, was in the back of the 57, we add the motto, "In God We Trust," right above the dome. We found one of our competitors with a 34 funny back, which you don't see that often. And they were at $105 for what they call the VF Circulated. So on the scale, using the Sheldon scale, which is what PMG, NGC's paper money side, uses for reference. 0 to 59 is circulated, 60 up to 70 theoretical perfect, which on paper doesn't exist. Right? A VF is a 20. Right? Uncirculated is that next chapter. These are beautiful. Beautiful. Good color, good crispness, which is what an Unc is going to have. But we've all seen notes that if you put a beautiful uncirculated note in the sun and let it sit there for months, it's going to turn slightly yellow. All of these are crisp beauties. They look like you made them yesterday. However, they were made over 3/4 of a century ago. So this is one of those unique anomaly pieces of paper in our history. In coinage, we get them every once in a while, right? We had the 20-cent piece, right? 1875, 1876. We bring out a denomination for 1 or 2 years and it's done. And then it's like a chapter in history. What the heck do we do from this point on? Beautiful stuff. Beautiful alt-right stuff. But tonight, first time in a long time. Look at that item number. 905-9654. That is like an 8-year-old item number. This is like the second or third time I've talked about this piece during that span. Now look at our price. Yeah, something special. Guys, give me a 1-minute clock, please. If you're visiting us via the web, avccoins.com, we have a currency tab. Just click it, you'll see lots of fun paper. We have a few 28s available. First year, first ever small size, very special. But I'm telling you outright, the 34s are significantly rarer in Unk. You just don't find them anywhere. So again, we want to change our funny money, this design that looks like Monopoly. We want to get ourselves into a, well, look at the country we're becoming, and we have paper that looks like this, and this is the one we all got to carry. And in 34, they changed the front and not the back. Come on, really? And finally, in 35, they changed the back. A 1-year only type. Silver certificate, blue seals, uncirculated, wow. And that price you're seeing right now, for tonight anyways, holding strong at $129.95. Stay with us. Patience with the operators. We're almost sold out.